Will it be a new director of football or will it be a sporting director? I say it like that because Manchester City are, we understand, closing in on an agreement for Hugo Viana to come here to the City Football Academy and replace Txiki Begiristain. Hugo Viana is currently the director of football at Sporting in Lisbon. It's a role where he's enjoyed plenty of success over the last 6 years in tenure, 2 league titles in that 6 years including last summer when they won the title for the first time in 3 seasons, and his role in helping them return to the top of Portuguese football has been credited. He's put them in a position where they're top of the Portuguese table once again, and fans in the Premier League might remember Hugo Viana as a young, potentially talented young player coming in from Portugal when he joined Newcastle in the early 2000s. Now that was an underwhelming stint in English football, it has to be said. He didn't quite live up to the expectation, but since he's developed his career, went on to be a Portuguese international player, but certainly since he's retired is when he's had most impact. Remember, we brought you the news earlier this week that Txiki Begiristain was going to be stepping down or expected certainly to step down this summer. At the age of 60, expected that this was the time where he'd already hung on, worked with Pep Guardiola and brought such a tremendous era of success here to Manchester City. Remember, he joined the club in 2012, so all of the trophies that line the walls of the honours boards here at the City Football Academy were under the stewardship of Txiki Begiristain, and in this room, Pep Guardiola has spoken at length about the impact and importance of his good friend Txiki. Remember, the pair of them were at Barcelona together, so they've had that ongoing working relationship which is understood to be certainly coming to an end this summer. The interesting thing about Hugo Viana and potentially this deal getting close now is that City want to have the new man, the replacement for Txiki Begiristain, to be here in post with maybe a 6-month handover so he can work alongside Begiristain in the final part of this season. Understand what makes Manchester City tick and perhaps even build that relationship with Pep Guardiola, whose own future remains uncertain. We've still had nothing concrete either way on whether he will choose to stay beyond the end of his contract, which expires in the summer, so certainly seems as though Manchester City have taken a big step forward in this potential appointment. Some reports suggesting Viana could even be in post by as early as next week.